I was one step away from losing everything until I made this decision. This is the key that changed my life. If you're going through any kind of situation, a hole you've dug yourself into, material, emotional, or spiritual suffering, it's with this key that you turn things around. In my life, things were like this. I was losing everything. I owed a fortune. I was about to lose the house I lived in. And all this was happening when my first child was about to be born. But what I'm going to show you now is capable of reversing any situation in your life. And it didn't just work for me, it worked for all my students who tried the same thing. It worked for millions of people who tried and succeeded with the same approach. If you research, you'll see that those who did this really found it effective. I am Ricardo Maluf, a psychologist for 23 years, and I've been teaching Atma Vichara, a practice of deep spiritual self-knowledge, for 13 years. And now I'm going to show you the first step to move from a path that might be difficult and getting worse to one that will only improve day by day. If this journey of spiritual and emotional self-discovery touches your heart, along with the keys to move from a downward path to an upward one, then subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss any videos. And comment below about your journey and your questions because I respond to all comments. This critical moment when I was about to lose everything began in my life when a business that supported me, it stopped making money for reasons that don't matter now, and overnight I was left without income. I quickly started looking for other sources of income to keep things going because I was about to have a child with my pregnant wife and I was paying for the apartment. If I missed a few payments, I would lose the apartment where I lived, and I didn't have the resources or people to help me. I was working too much, chasing after things, trying to control everything, trying to put everything in order. I would say, I won't make it, then wake up full of energy and say, I will make it. But I couldn't. The months went by and things kept getting worse. When I realized it, I was owing a fortune to the bank. I was taking out loans to keep things going, and that debt kept growing and growing, spiraling out of control. When I saw there was no way to pay it off, I thought, my God, what am I going to do? The first thing I did was put the apartment up for sale, of course, but it wouldn't sell. 64 people visited, and it still wouldn't sell. What am I going to do then? And I was struggling and trying to find all the solutions, but I couldn't. I spent months like that. My anxiety was through the roof, and I developed depression during that time. Even so, I didn't stop chasing, I didn't stop trying, I didn't stop trying to control it. I didn't want that suffering I saw ahead, the suffering that would come if I lost everything. I didn't want that for myself. So I was doing everything, I was fighting, but nothing was working. Then I remember one day I was there on Santo Amaro, crossing Santo Amaro and thinking, my God, what's going to happen now? I'm going to lose everything. My debt is already huge. I won't be able to pay it. There's no more. It's game over for me. I don't know what else to do. And then the big turnaround happened. At that moment, I said to God, all right, God, I give up. You understand? I surrender to you. You want me to go bankrupt? Fine, I'll live that life. You want me to lose everything? Fine. If that's what you want, let's go. You understand? I gave up fighting and surrendered. And at that very moment, when I truly let go, when I said, I'm tired of this, there's no way, I've done everything I could, it seems like the universe doesn't want it, God doesn't want me to solve it the way I want to solve it, so I'll let go. And I really did let go. At that moment, I felt a huge relief. A relief like I had never felt before. And I went to work as usual, kept going. I got to my job, did my work, and the day went by wonderfully. I wasn't worried about anything anymore because I had truly let go, When you let go, you say, it's done, I'll focus on other things, I won't worry about that anymore. And then I got a call from a real estate agent who at the last minute tried to schedule a visit with someone to see the apartment that I had shown 64 times. I had already given up on selling it. I had given up because nobody wanted it. And it was a good apartment. It was an apartment that was priced well. I lowered the price, but it seemed like it wouldn't sell. It felt like everything was holding me back, stuck in that place, until I let go. Because that day, he called me and I went to the apartment. The first thing the person who came in with him, that woman who came to visit, said to me was, it's mine, don't sell it to anyone else. I always wondered how it happened right on the day I let go. If we stop to think, a lot happens when you let go. First, you stop controlling. Control belongs to the ego, and the ego is what drags you down. The ego causes all the problems in our lives. The ego is a psychological structure that forms around the age of 2, and you existed before that, so you are not the ego. But it stays in our heads, the voice that talks non-stop on autopilot. That's the ego. And it keeps sabotaging, messing things up, blaming, generating anger, generating fear, self-sabotage, everything that drags us down. So the moment I let go, it passed. It really does pass. And the first, anything in any situation that is bothering you, that you feel stuck in, is to accept that situation. Remember when I was in Santa Mara crossing over, I accepted it and said, well, if this is really what's going to happen, I accept it. When you accept, you stop trying to avoid it, and you kind of manage to get a grip on that situation and look at it because you accepted it. You're no longer like this, now you're like this. And when you look at the situation and accept it, accepting doesn't mean stopping doing things to resolve it. It's not like I went to work afterward. I didn't go home to sleep. But accepting is surrendering to God. Accepting that any destiny He places in your hands will be the best for you because it is God who is doing this for you. He is transforming you into your best version. If we fight against it, things will just fall apart. If we accept it and go along with Him, surrendering, we will find the best path. And what does it mean to surrender? Is it to stop doing things? To stop fighting? To stop wanting what you desire? No, it's not. It's continuing on the same path, pursuing what you want, but accepting any scenario that God places in front of you. Because this is the scenario you have to live. So if you're on a path of stepping stones, imagine this metaphor. You have to step on stone A, stone B, stone C to reach stone D, where all your dreams are. You step on stone A. If you start thinking that stone B is sinking and you don't want to step on it, you'll never get past it because you'll start avoiding it, trying to find another way, or wanting to stay stuck on stone A. But you have to step on stone B to get to stone C and then to stone D. So if you don't look at the situation and accept that stone B is sinking, but you have to step on it anyway, you have to go through it. We stay in control and don't let things flow. Now, the moment you accept, the first step is to accept, and the second is to surrender to God or your inner guide. What happens? You become free, and it seems like those situations start to come to you, the things you need to resolve. So even back then, readings I needed came to my hands, the property sold on the same day, and all those situations I was stuck in got resolved because I was able to restructure and handle everything more calmly. And since then, back in those days, my life has been getting better and better. It never went back to that situation I was in, It's a decision you make, a surrender you perform that ends your problem because you handed it over to a higher power to guide you. And surrendering, once again, doesn't mean stopping action or giving up. It means letting go of the final outcome. So instead of imagining, oh no, the final result has to be like this, in this exact way, you let go. And down the road, what's amazing is that the result will be much better than you could ever imagine. Because our mind, the egoic, working, thinking mind, can only see a short distance ahead. It can't see all the wonders that God can place in you. So we can't reach that place without His help. That's why first you need to accept, to be able to grasp it, stop avoiding it, right? And then surrender. When you surrender, you trust that whatever has to happen to you will happen, that whatever you need to know, you will know. Even if things are very tangled and complicated, when you get there, the solution will appear and it will magically guide you. You will reach that point where you thought you were going to lose everything, but something will happen to save you. All of this simply by accepting and then letting go. Of course, this is the first step, you understand. It's when you're like this, and then you let go, accept and let go, you do this. You were falling, you accept and let go, and you start to rise. So things start to improve from that point. There are many things you can do, which I will teach on this channel, to accelerate this improvement more and more, so you can truly transform your life into an oasis of peace and prosperity to stay strong in peace. But without taking this first step of accepting the situation that's happening to you. Because if it's happening to you, it has to happen to you. You have to step on this stone to reach the next one. Fighting against it will only leave you stagnant. So accept it. Look at the situation. Accepting, once again, doesn't mean saying, okay, so it will stay like this. You will try to change it later, and you will have God's help because you are accepting and surrendering to Him the way out. You won't try to control things anymore. When this surrender is done genuinely, it truly works. Now, some people have difficulty letting go, so you start by letting go little by little. Let go of one thing here, another thing there. When you go to sleep, you say, God, I give you this night of sleep. Then, when you wake up, you can say to God, to the Holy Spirit, to Jesus, I give you my day for wonderful things to happen, for me to follow the best path for me. Start living this truth. Start reacting as if you have truly let go, because you have. You will notice that parts of you will try to hold on. Fear will arise. Oh, but I let go. I'm just scared now. Because you took it back, you need to let go again. Some people need to let go multiple times. Some people get tired, like it happened to me, and let go all at once. Or some people do both, letting go little by little, which also happened to me. And then, when the day comes that you are in a difficult moment, whether of faith or exhaustion, you will end up letting go completely. You can do a test now, within yourself. Repeat to yourself what you are surrendering. Repeat to God now, God, I surrender my path into your hands. A phrase I really like, which comes from A Course in Miracles, is, I place my destiny in the hands of God. God is the strength in which I trust. If you hold on to these words, you can surrender. And this will completely change your life, just like it changed mine and millions of others. Now, comment below what you think about this video, share your situation. If I can help, I will. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, activate the notification bell, and click the like button to help this video reach more people. And until the next video. In the next video, I'll teach you a wonderful technique that will help you in every moment. It will give you freedom, peace, strength to keep going, well-being, and a sense of empowerment that will make you feel strong in peace. So subscribe to the channel, activate the notification bell so you don't miss when I publish, comment below what you thought of this video, and I'll see you in the next one. See you then.